Bees play a crucial role in food production, pollinating 1/3 of all crops in the world. But an alarming new report from the U.S. Department of Agriculture shows for the first time beekeepers lost 42% of their colonies in 2022. Anything over 18% is unsustainable. Here's why this matters to you. Think of all of your favorite fruits and vegetables, apples, avocados. All of these heavily rely on pollinators like bees. According to the National Resources Defense Council, bees pollinate $15 billion worth of crops each year. And not just summer fruits and vegetables. Picture Thanksgiving without pumpkin pie or sweet potatoes. Then, according to a UW study, a chain reaction would ensue. Without bees, it would be either impossible to buy or extremely expensive to buy our most basic produce. Now there's a new tool to help the fuzzy insect's shrinking population, a vaccine. The USDA just approved a vaccine for one of the most notorious bee killers, American foul brood disease. It's a disease so destructive the only way to keep it at bay was to incinerate entire bee colonies. Until now. Private startup Dalen Animal Health teamed up with the University of Georgia to develop the vaccine. Essentially, researchers took the disease pathogens and fed it to the queens, who would then pass along immunity to the eggs. The vaccine is now available for beekeepers and farmers to help keep local bee populations healthy. As enthusiasts work to raise the next generation of hives, they're also working to raise the next generation of beekeepers.
Reporter Sawyer Buccy takes us to Atlanta, Georgia, where a beekeeper is giving young people a place to connect with nature and one another.
Let's see if we can get this going.
There's a certain kind of person
It's smoking up now.
Kendall, come on this side.
who can look at new beginnings
Let's try this one.
and see the future.
Ooh, look at all the bees.
I love working with kids. I feel like that's the next generation.
Who can make caring for honeybees
When I start to know bees better, I start to like bees.
something sweet
Ooh, honey.
without the sting.
That's honey, cap honey.
Something exciting without the fear.
I guess she loves it.
Bill Crumpler is a beekeeper here in
You
Georgia.
have to come out here with nothing on your mind. Otherwise, the bees, they can feel that energy.
He's using these little creatures to make sure future generations have a connection to nature they cannot
Like
ignore.
I say, everything we need is right here around us. Medicine, happiness, joy, peace, food.
While also making sure other Black people feel safe
go ahead.
and welcome in the beekeeping space.
Mmm, delicious.
There's like a unfair portrayal of beekeeping, and that you might not see as many Black people beekeeping. So starting out at a younger age, just exposing them to them, showing them how they can make money potentially off of it and how important they are to the ecosystem is kind of my main focus.
This is a property purchased by the nonprofit Southeastern Trust for Parks and Land for the sole purpose of becoming a peaceful and protected sanctuary for the community.
But the access to just a place to be quiet, walk in nature, do exactly what we're doing to kind of separate, it's just so good for health.
A place to connect with nature and with each other.
Like for a while there was, well, like there's some peppers right there. So like you should take a pepper.
The park runs like a community.
So they have to work together in order to survive.
Everyone is doing their part to nurture new beginnings
Got it?
I mean, I really think this park reaches its full potential maybe 30 years from now.
while keeping the future
You're ready to let go now.
in mind.
Because nature just brings out my creativity and gives me so many ideas.
And I think it's so important that young people are taught not to be afraid of the bees because they are our friends. They help to provide our food supply.
And she wasn't afraid at
Not
all,
at
and she
all.
loves being in nature. I love
Yeah.
that little girl.
Yeah. And you don't need to be a beekeeper to do your part. Here are some things the National Beekeepers Association says you can do right now to help save our dwindling bee population. First, plant a diverse set of flowering plants native to your area. Aim for diversity on all levels: color, flower shape, size, and bloom time. Second, add woody plants like trees and shrubs. They provide homes for solitary bees and they're very low maintenance. And finally, mow your lawn as little as possible. Long grass provides valuable nesting habitats for bees and low-growing flowers.